been 5 months since the last time I shared my everyday makeup routine with you guys, and that's because my makeup routine has stayed very, very, very consistent for pretty much the entire spring summer. And so the routine that I shared with you guys like 5 months ago has more or less been the routine that I've been going towards over the last couple of months. But things have changed over the last couple of weeks, and I now have a brand new routine. The base combo, it's something else, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, let's start off first with the base. If you're new to my channel, you should know this is very important. I have very dry skin, so everything that I do is very catered to my dry skin, and this combination of product is absolutely gorgeous, fantastic, beautiful. If you have any dryness to your skin, it will make your skin hydrated, juicy, and so beautifully prepped before your makeup. First product is a serum mist. This is the RMS Super Serum Hydrating Mist. If you look closely, you'll see that there's like a separation going on in the bottle. You can see that all the oils in this product rise right to the top because there are a lot of oils in here. You've got all sorts of good stuff in here that's going to just really hydrate and plump up the skin. There's oils, peptides, niacinamide, and there's even mineral-infused seawater, wild-crafted buriti oil, and the proprietary RMS adaptogenic herbal blend, which balances the skin and provides long-lasting hydration. All you gotta know is that it just gives the most beautiful, lightweight hydration to the skin. It doesn't make your skin feel oily, it doesn't make your skin feel too heavy. It just makes your skin feel kind of like radiant and plump. You could totally use this in your skincare routine. I personally don't. I just use it in my makeup routine, and I've been using it as my first step before I do anything. The spray on this is also super, 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 super fine. So you're not gonna get a lot of heavy like water droplets on your face. It's so fine that when you apply it, you almost don't even feel like you need to rub it in because it applies so evenly. Honestly, this is like one of my top 3 new favorite products. It's just so nice. I'm also gonna put some on my neck and chest. Okay, then I'm gonna layer a little bit of a moisturizer on top, but not just any moisturizer, the Embryolisse Milk Cream Concentrate. I've been using this product on and off for probably about like 10 years, and I kind of forgot about it over the last little bit, not gonna lie. They rebranded not that long ago, and I got one of these in the mail, and I started using it again, and I immediately was just reminded at how incredible this moisturizer is for before makeup specifically. I'm a very firm believer that makeup primers are not always necessary, especially if you just want something to prep the skin for makeup. I always find that just like really well prepped moisturized skin is going to be your best bet. It's going to make your makeup last longer, look better. And I find that the Embryolisse cream just gives like that perfect base for your makeup to sit on because it perfectly hydrates the skin without being too heavy or too oily. This has been around for decades in the makeup industry. Like if you talk to any makeup artist, they are going to know about this moisturizer because it's just known as one of the best moisturizers to use before makeup for all skin types. I just find that this combination makes my skin look so radiant and glowy. So skin is prepped. Now we're gonna go into my skin tint / SPF. This is another RMS product. It's a Sun Cover Up Super Tint with SPF 50. This reminds me a lot of the Elastin tinted sunscreen, which is one of my absolute favorite SPFs. I actually featured it in my last everyday makeup tutorial. This gives me the same effect as the Elastin, but it has a much lighter, more serum-y texture, whereas the Elastin texture is a little bit creamier. And similar to the Elastin SPF, it also has a beautiful glow to it. And this is another very hydrating product, and it just melts right into the skin. And I find it leaves like a very hydrating feel to the skin. I don't know how much you would love this if you have more of an oilier skin type, because it is pretty glowy and very hydrating. You might find this to be a little bit over the top for you, but if you have a normal to dry skin type like I do, you might love it as much as I do. So this is with the product and this side is without. It kind of just adds a nice veil of coverage, nothing too over the top, really perfect for every day. And a little fun fact, my mom has been using this and gave me her review a couple days ago and told me that she also absolutely loved it. And I love any product that I could just work into my skin with just my fingers and I don't need to bother with a brush. I'm taking whatever's left over down my neck and onto my chest too. For concealer, I've pretty much equally been switching between the Tower 28 Serum Concealer and the Say Slip Tint. They're both very, very similar and very comparable to each other. They're both very hydrating, medium coverage concealers. So I'm just gonna put some of this Say one underneath my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, and I always put 2 dots down my nose. If we're shade twins, I use the shade 3, and this color is perfect for me because it's neutral, but it's just light enough that it still brightens up my skin. I'm just blending this out with the Rephr AA01 brush. This is such a great little brush to blend out concealer. It's my first time using it. I really like it. It's the perfect size, and it's a little bit sparser at the end and has a bit of an angle too. I feel like it's doing a really good job of just airbrushing that into the skin. Ooh, this might be a new favorite brush too. For my bronzer, I've pretty much exclusively been using these two combined. This is my Say Liquid Bronzer and my Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. First, applying the Say Cream. I use the shade Swim. On first application, it does look a little bit dark and intense, but this melts into the skin pretty much seamlessly and shears out really nicely too. I love this color though. It really gives like the perfect veil of warmth across my skin. Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, which has been my bronzer of choice for, I don't even know, over a year now. This has gotten me away from the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. So that says a lot. It's not really like a super comparable product besides them both being bronzing products. The Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer is way more sheer, and this one definitely has a little bit more of like a punch to it. I just really love how this liquid bronzer lasts throughout the day. I find this is one of the best, more long wearing liquid bronzers that I've tried. So even though I love wearing that one on its own, I like even more layering it with the Haus Labs Powder Bronzer. It just locks it in, especially if I want to be sure that my makeup look is going to last for the entire day. But even beyond that, I find when I layer this on top of the bronzer, it almost gives kind of like an airbrushed look to the skin. I have a lot of shine going on my face right now, especially from all the glowy products that I have, and I love the glow, don't get me wrong. But I also don't want to be like shiny across my entire face. So by putting on a little bit of the powder just on the perimeter of my face on top of the bronzer, it's gonna help by calming down the glow in that area and just kind of like setting it down and making my skin look a little bit more velvety. The powder does have a little bit of a sheen. It's not completely matte and flat. So it's not like I'm mattifying my face. I'm just setting it and adding that nice velvety finish. So for blush, I've been loving a really strong pop of color. And what I prefer when I want something a little bit more bright and a little bit more intense when it comes to color for my cheeks, I like to find a formula that gives me that pop, but that is still really wearable and easy to work with. And this does exactly that. It's the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. Such a tongue twister, in Paradise Pink. This is a cream blush, and as you can see, it is super bright. When I first saw this, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to wear this because this is too bright and too intense. It's not gonna work for my skin tone, but it's actually a very, very sheer and buildable color. It's more of a balm than a cream, so it's not a super thick, pigmented, like hard to blend formula. It's still really pigmented, as you can see, but when you blend it out on the skin, it blends super easily because it's a very balmy, serumy, thin formula. I like to apply it with a brush because I find I'm able to get the most control, and I'll dot it on both of my cheeks just to evenly disperse the product. And then I'll take my brush, kind of like wipe it off on the back of my hand or on a Kleenex. And then on an almost clean brush, I'll start to just pat it out, and it's going to just melt into the skin. And very similar actually to the Skin Enhancer and how that just melts into the skin and looks very natural. These blushes kind of do the same thing. It's pretty much the exact same type of formula if you're familiar with that one. But it's such a bright and fun color, and it just adds so much life to the cheeks. And as I'm blending it out, I also like to run it across my nose, even put some on my eyes. I kind of put it all over my face, on my temples, on my chin. I put it kind of everywhere, but obviously leaving the majority of it on the apples. And once it's all blended out, it just gives that perfect wash of vibrancy. And it also has that nice subtle glow because of that balmy texture. Lots of glow going on. And totally could leave it at that, but I have also been really enjoying layering a little bit, just a touch of this powder blush from Kosas. This is the Blushes Life blush in the shade Thrill. It's more of a warmer berry shade, and I find this complements the fuchsia color really nicely. The brush that I use is very purposeful. I use something that's very kind of loose and fluffy because I don't want to over apply this or apply too much. And I'm picking up the product, but then I'm almost wiping off most of it in the cap. And I'm just going to flick it right on the apple of my cheeks. This is almost completely unnecessary and doesn't really do that much. I find it does enough where I just really like this little extra touch. It kind of just adds a little bit of dimension and a little extra warmth. And this is another powder that still has like a really soft, natural looking glow. So as you can see, every single product that I'm using, whether it's a cream or a powder, still has a glow to it. So I'm just left with like a really radiant finish in the end. The base is pretty much done. And once I'm done my base, I like to spray my face with a little bit of my Cali Ray Surf Proof setting spray. This is a hydrating and long wear setting spray. And I find it works really, really nicely. I'm almost done actually. And this is just gonna lock everything in. And I always like a setting spray just to make everything one again on the skin. For my brows, nothing crazy special. As you guys know, I like a low maintenance brow. This is my Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel in Dub. This has been one of my favorites now for a while, and I'm still going strong with it. It's just a great tinted brow gel. So for my eyes, I either do one of two things. I do absolutely nothing and I just apply mascara and that's it. Or I'll take a little bit of bronzer, sweep it across my entire lid, and then do a little winged eyeliner. I'm gonna show you guys that today. I pretty much always like to keep my eye look simple, and I find that by just putting the bronzer, like the powder bronzer that I used on my lid, it just ties everything in nicely. So I'm just sweeping the powder bronzer across my lid and just blending it into the crease just to give a little wash of color. I'm also gonna put a little bit of this underneath the eyes. And actually, before I forget, I am gonna put a little bit of setting powder underneath my eyes. This is just my NARS Soft Velvet Pressed Powder in Desert. And I'm gonna put a little bit around my nose as well, just to set. So for my eyeliner, I'm gonna be using the NARS Total Seduction eyeshadow stick in the shade Faded. This is actually a plum shade, so it's a little bit different than my typical dark brown, which I typically like to use for my winged eyeliner. I truly don't remember the last time I played with purple eyeliner, but I've been really obsessed with this one lately. When I just started getting into makeup, I was obsessed with purple anything for my eyes, whether that was mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow, because everybody always said that purple was the best color to use if you had brown eyes. So everything that I got was purple because I wanted to make my brown eyes pop. And it's definitely true. Purple is actually one of the best colors to wear to really make any eye color pop. Dab a little bit of it right on the outer corner of my eye. I try and be as precise as possible, just like that. And then I take a small little pencil brush and I blend it. I'm gonna pull it out just a bit just to create a little bit of a wing, and then I'm gonna blend the top edge just so it's not harsh. And it just ends up creating a nice hazy purple winged eyeliner. And I always take my nail and run it along the edge, and that will help sharpen things up too. Okay, now I'm gonna apply some mascara. This is my Tower 28 Make Waves in Drift, which is a dark brown. But especially with the purple eyeliner, the dark brown mascara is a really nice combo. For lip, there's honestly a lot of combos that I've been really enjoying, but this one in particular is gorgeous if you want like a berry juicy looking lip. This is the Fenty Beauty Traced Out Pencil Lip Liner in Extra Thigh. This is more of like a brownie color, and it kind of gives like a deeper contour effect to the lips, which I really like. These Fenty lip liners are also beautiful. They're super creamy and pretty long wearing. So I'm gonna line my lips and then I'm gonna blend out the line with my finger so that it's not too harsh looking. But look at how creamy that is. It's so good. Glides on like nothing. I really, 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 really love this color lip liner. I find on me it looks a little bit intense when first applied, but once blended, it's just like the perfect, more neutral brown contour lip color. For lip, these are the Plumping Lip Serums from Makeup by Mario in Pomegranate Glow. If you want like a juicy, glossy looking lip, look no further. These are absolutely beautiful. And this color is so good, especially going into the fall time. I feel like this combo is so perfect. I really love how this lip product looks, but I don't love how they apply. they're very melty. So it sometimes just applies in like globs instead of super smoothly across the entire lip. So I find that I just have to dab it like this and then blend it with my finger. And because we mixed the brown lip liner with more of like that berry lip, I feel like it brings out some plum in the lip color, which ties in the plum in the eyeliner. See where I'm going with this? Everything ties together very nicely. The theme for this look is glowy skin with berry tones. It's the perfect transitional summer to fall makeup look with these like berry purpley tones. All right guys, that is it for today's look. I really hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments as per usual. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.